Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to finish up what are we doing? What is this? This is the multiplication, addition, subtraction, math thing. Let's go ahead and look at it to make sure we're on the right page here. Um, we're gonna finish this up today real quick, just knock it out. Um, get loaded. Yeah, okay, so we have this. This is what we're working with, and we haven't added anything, so none of these should work. But we're about, well, the exit should work. That one works. So, but we're going to do that today, and it shouldn't take that long either. Um, we have all of our options here, or whatever. We have the setup right here. So we need to parse the data from the input text boxes, make additional equation, output answer to label, possibly clear text boxes, set up for next question. So let's get started. Um, I'm gonna tell you right now what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to declare some dimensions, and that is uh, dim num1 as, now we could do it as integer, assuming it's going to be a whole number, but there's other options. There's integer, there's and decimal, whatever. There's decimal, and there is double. And now I'm not really 100% sure the difference between double and decimal. I believe it is the part where it's like it calculates it in the sense of money. I think that's the difference. But either way, the difference between integer and double and decimal is that integer doesn't allot for the decimal at all. So like if you divide something that ends up with a point 0.6, it'll round it to the nearest integer. It won't give you the decimal number. So if you think decimals are important for whatever the case, you kind of want to put in double or decimal instead of putting integer. Integer is the easiest one as far as like, well, not the easiest one. It's the um what's the word? It's the smallest one when it comes to like space taking in the memory of like the computer or whatever the size of the app or whatever. So if you want to code a small size wise app, then you want to use integer because it takes up less space. Double and decimal take up more space, but also they do more things. So it's up to you. I'm actually going to go ahead and code double because I usually code double actually. Um, and I think it's easier. Num2 as double. And we'll start there. I believe we're going to have to code some more, parse some more, or sorry, not parse. I believe we're going to have to declare some more variables, but for now, we'll stick with those and see how far we get. We may have to go up and do some more. No big deal. That's the experimentation part. So give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Now, next part is we're going to parse the data from the input text boxes. Yeah, so what we got to do is we need to I'm thinking, sorry. We need to double try parse text. Did I name it that? I didn't name my text boxes. So now we got to go back and before we finish this, name our text boxes. So this should be text. Yeah, we didn't finish this part. Jeez, slacking off now. Let's text num1. Okay, and then text num2, and then let's go ahead and get rid of this information on this label. That doesn't need to be there. I don't need to see label 1 when I build my app. There we go. So that stuff is fixed. Now let's go back to this. Now we should do text num1 text, and then we'll call it num1. That should work. Double try parse text num2 text num2. Yep, there we go. Cool. All right, that should do our, yes, we do need another number. Okay, so that should do for this. Now, next part is make the addition equation. So now we actually do have to do another declaration or dimension, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to call it a num answer as double. Okay, so now we got to make our equation. Num answer equals num1 plus num2. All right, there you go. And now we should output the answer to the label. Then it should be LBL answer text equals num answer. Now, I actually really want to, Jesus, I really want to make it where it can say the whole thing when I do it, but I had lost that page in my book, so I can find it again. To where I can output the, Jesus Christ, every time I get on here, my dog decides that he wants to destroy something. I don't know what his deal is with me filming. He's not into that, I guess. He doesn't want me to be a master coder. He wants me to be his dad, and that's it. I'm glad he loves me for who I am, but I need more in my life, buddy. I need more in my life. So we're gonna try something. It may not work though. Let's see. Let's see what happens. We're gonna say text by text str. This may not work. We may have to cut this out, but we're gonna try it anyway. We're gonna do. Actually, why don't we try this first? Let's try the total of num1 and 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 num2 equals, oops, and equals and num answer. I don't know if that's gonna work, but we're gonna see. And then we need to clear the boxes for the next one. So we need to say text num1 text equals it, and then text num2 text equals nada. All right, so that should be everything. Now let's. We want to scroll computer. Okay, that's weird. I don't know how that. Yeah. Okay. Um. Now let's try it. I don't know what happened there. My computer froze for a second, so if something like really weird glitches with the video, I'm really sorry. But yeah. Um. Let's debug it now. Let's start debugging. Okay, so let's add 4. Oops. 4. Oh, it worked. Okay. Let's fix that. Let's fix all these spaces that are lacking. Um, all right, so cool. So I was taught. Man, my computer's going slow today. I was taught. Um, I was taught to add the spaces separately from the text. So I was taught to do this. I was taught to do uh, and space and space and space and space and there you go. I'm not really sure why. That's like a freaking headache, but that's what I was taught to do. So let's try debugging it again. So let's do 5 and 5. Yeah, so there we go. That's what we want. That's what we want to happen. Now you know the answer, and now our boxes are clear, so we can start over again. So with that being done, let's go ahead and do the other ones. Um, again, I'm gonna apologize if my computer is like glitching out or whatever. I'm hoping that it's not doing that. But if you're missing some of this situation, you can still see the finished text right here. So that's the answer. That's what we're gonna copy and paste to the each one, to each new one, except for we're gonna just change the equation on each one. So we're gonna copy this, all of this, copy, and now we're going to do button subtract. And now I bet there's an easier way to do this as well. I think you can use a switch for this. Um, I don't remember what the word for subtract is right now. um, but it doesn't matter. So I know multiplication is sum. That's about it. The other ones I don't remember right now. So let's do multiplication next. And click. But like I said, I think you can do a switch for this, and I may come back later once we are finished this and like revisit it and try to do a switch instead of doing it just like this. This is one way to do it, probably not the best way to do it, but I might be able to change this to a switch. It'll save some time and some space, but right now this definitely like this works. Like this is functional. Is it kind of clunky? Maybe so, but it's still functional, and that's all you need. Like no one's gonna look at your code and be like, well, the client will not look at your code and be like, wow, what a dolt. Can figure out how to make that easier, can make that cleaner, can code that in less options. They're not going to say that. They're not. Because they're not going to look at it because they don't know what they're talking about anyway. So just do what you got to do and make it make sense for you and go from there. The total. Yeah, I don't remember. So just leave total there because we can Google that later. That's a googly thing that we can Google at any point, so it's not important. Yeah, so this should all work now. Let's build it. Well, let's debug it. All right, so let's see. Let's do number 8 and 7. Add. Yep, 15. Okay. Let's do 10 and 4. Subtract. And then let's do 15 and 3 for multiply. And then let's do 15 and 5 for divide. And now because we're doing this, let's try some partials. Like, let's try some decimals. Add. Yep, okay. So, and we can do negatives as well. So let's do 9 and 27. Oops, wrong one. 9 and 27. Subtract negative 18. Yep. All right, so let's do, we can't, I don't think you can multiply to get a decimal unless you put in decimal to start with. So let's do that times 6. Multiply, which, there you go. I think maybe that's such a long number. There's no it's not necessary. Jeez, 2.496. Is it gonna do that for everyone? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so double's gonna do that, obviously. I wonder if decimal does just like 2 spots. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Let's just see. So we'll change, which one do we want to change? Let's change the multi to do, instead of this being a double, let's do decimal. And let's see what happens. So what we just did was we changed the multiplication from a double to a decimal because I want to see what happens. I can't remember right now, and it's gonna tell me in 2 seconds. Okay, so yeah, the double goes further. So if you want a cleaner number for your client, it may be best to do the, you know, let's see, 5. Oh, okay. That sounds suspicious, but maybe it is even. I don't know. I don't really know. Let's do a divide then. Let's do, oh, I didn't change the divide. Exit. Let me change the divide. So let's change the divide to decimal as well and see what happens. Okay. So let's do four, no, let's do 99 divided into 7 because 7 is never an even number. Well, I don't know what that's about. I guess. Well, okay. Never mind. I guess that was a fluke. I just had two fluke numbers. I guess it doesn't show the zeros, so it shows the whole thing but not the zeros. Um, because I think the last one was showing us all these zeros and whatever, and we don't need all that in our lives. So whatever. I still don't understand it, but it's okay. I don't have to understand everything. It still works. Like the double and the decimal still works. I don't think either one's works. But that's a program for this, and we are done. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys learned a bit, learned something at least, and I hope this helps you on your coding journey. Next time we will code something else, and I will just kind of scroll through to let you guys see the source code if you want to just copy it and play with it. Uh, oops, oops. Top again. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. That's that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next one.